What's up, everybody? This is Russ. Oh man, I am out and about today, and I've been on Facebook Marketplace picking up deals here and there, and wow, just wait till you see what I got when I get home. I'm going to do a video, and it is amazing what I picked up for just pennies on the dollar compared to what it could be worth. So we'll see when I get back. What's up, everybody? This is Russ with Collect What, and we're ready to rock this video today. For the past 2 weeks, I have been picking up some keys, minor and major grails. And you may ask, what am I doing picking up all these comics? It is for my big sale that is coming on July the 26th. Mark your calendars. That is the Saturday of the San Diego Comic-Con, and I am going to be one of the Whatnot resellers that will be rocking the Fantastic Four packs. So every retailer, probably some of the big ones got more, but most everybody got one pack apiece, which inside each pack or box comes 6 foil packs. And I believe in each pack is 3 comics. And they're going to be by a set of artists. There's going to be foil variants, hollow foil, metal variants, signed variants. And this is all for the San Diego Comic-Con and the release of the Fantastic Four First Steps, which is being released the same weekend. So I had to get ready, and for the past few weeks I have been really digging into my collection, looking for comics that I haven't sold and have just been sitting there that I wasn't planning, I wasn't planning on keeping them. But in the meantime, I have picked up some minor and some major keys. And when I say major, I mean Grail keys. So let's start it off and let's talk. I've got about 50 comics or more to go over in this video. So let's see what we got. First one I bought this actually for me, but I decided I'm going to resell it. I picked this up, Fantastic Four number 104. This is in probably, I'm going to say, a 7. This is around a fine, very fine. This is Magneto. That looks, I can't remember, I think this is one of the last Kirby covers. So I'm going to be putting it up. This is going to be auctioned off. Then I saw some keys that I really wanted to get. This is a signed copy of Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu number 1. And it's signed by John Jiang, and I think I'm going to be selling it. Now I picked this up for me, but I'm going to show you that this is a me comic for right now because I wanted to read it. This is actually written by it was written by Brad Meltzer. So if anybody doesn't know, Brad Meltzer was a guy that did a lot of mystery books and history books. He was on like the History Channel, but he did this, Identity Crisis number 1. This is a Michael Turner sketch variant second print. This is a second print Michael Turner. And I said, oh yeah, I got to get that because it looked really good. And I picked this up. Amazing Spider-Man Annual, number 39. When you've been around as long as him, I mean, you got to have lots of annuals. I picked this up, and I don't know yet if I'm going to be auctioning it off or give away. I don't know. Invincible Universe, Battle Beast. This is number 1. Signed by David Finch. So I said, you know, I like David Finch. I have a Action Comics number 894 or something of that number that was the first appearance of Neil Gaiman's death from the Sandman series in the mainstream DC continuity. So I picked that up, and I had him actually do a remark on it. I'm sorry, but I'll put a picture of it right up here so you could see it with the remark. So let's see here. Oh, and I have these, which I picked up as a group. Destro. I already had these listed on eBay, so I hope they make it until the San Diego Comic-Con show. This is there, and it's also listed on my Whatnot page, so go and check it out. Now, let's see. Now, I picked up, y'all, in the video at the first part, I was telling you that I had been out and about on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going through my phone one day, and I stop and I'm looking at my listings on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm strolling, and I see somebody says comics for sale. And I'm looking, and I say, okay, well, let me see what you've got. And I'm looking, and I say, woo, is that what I think that is? So I text him, and I say, hey, you still got these for sale? And he says, yeah. I said, how much are you wanting? Because these are one of these ads they put like free or $1 or something like that. So he said, I was wanting $30 a comic. And I'm like, oh, $30 a comic? I said, can we meet and look at him? He said, yeah, if you're interested in buying. He said, I might go down to $12 a comic. I said, boom. I said, $12 a comic? I said, wow, that is pretty dramatic drop. So I said, this guy, he's ready to negotiate. He's ready to get rid of some comics. So I said, okay. So I go to Brunswick, town near me where I live, the town right next door, and I say, okay, well, let's look and see what he has. Well, hold on. Let's look and see what all he has, because I've got some other comics too that I meant to show you that I picked up. But hold on, here we come. Bum ba da bum bum. Bum bum. Alright, hold on, let me show you these real quick. I picked these up from a different person. Check that out. Wonder Woman. This is volume 2, number 15. The first appearance of White Swan. And then number 16. These are all by George Perez, Lynn Wein. And then, I picked this one up. Boom. I did not even realize when I picked this up the value of it. This is a Brian Bowler cover. And apparently, I would say this is probably, it's got a little bit of tanning, foxing, I guess is what they call it, a little bit around the edges. And I said this is anywhere between 7 and an 8. And it still, it came back around $30 is what that cover's going for, that comic's going for. And then I got to looking and going through this. Wonder Woman, but that's just not regular Wonder Woman. That is Adam Hughes. Even though he did not put his initials anywhere that I have seen. I mean, it might have been over here originally somewhere, but it's not there now. Then I found this killer Adam Hughes, and there again, I did not see any initials. But when you know Adam Hughes's work, you know Adam Hughes. Now, I saw this one. This is not Adam Hughes. I'm trying to remember who this is, but it's still really cool. Yeah. These are some crazy covers. I'm about done. I'm about done with it. And you know, so y'all, I'm not gonna make y'all stare at Wonder Woman all day. But these are just some crazy covers that I picked up. San Diego Comic-Con. Wow, that's gonna be some wild stuff. All right, let me see now. Now I am going to pick up or show you a few more here. Y'all, honestly, there is so many that I could show you, but I'm trying to save the big ones for last. So you can see this is pretty cool. All right, I've bagged them and boarded them. So boarded them. So you can see that these are older books, and in some cases they're lower mid-grade to low grade, unfortunately, but still Star-Spangled War Stories. This is a Joe Kubert cover. Kubert. I think it's Kubert. So I bagged them and boarded them. This is Star-Spangled War Stories, number 120. Tank either. And again, Joe Kubert. These are pretty cool. I don't know if this last one here is Joe Kubert. It kind of looks like it. Yeah, I think it is. It's really cool. Now I found this one. I got a lot of other ones like Charlton. He had some older Charlton. Gorgo. This is released by MGM 12 center, The Nation Beneath the Seas, based on a King Brothers picture. I'm going to have to go and look up Gorgo, because I don't know what Gorgo is. Okay. Now this one is really nice. I haven't looked up the value of it. Captain Marvel, number 24. And this is pretty good. When it's pressed and cleaned, it would probably look a lot better. And Challengers of the Unknown, number 35. And see, you got a little wear there. And down here at the bottom, you have this little bit right here. So, it's pretty good shape. Then you have all new Bomba, the Jungle Boy, and Nightmare. This is number 7. Oh, let me grab, hold on, yeah. Got to grab these. There's some I'm not going to worry about showing every single one, but I've got some here that I am going to make sure that you see. And really, I'm not keeping any of these for my personal collection. I'm not, so. All right, now this one is probably a lower grade, 2.5, somewhere in there. World's Finest, number 166. A little bit right here. See how it's kind of darkened around that staple, but the staples are intact. I think this is from around 68, I believe. Then Batman, number 184. This one, that black, you know, you can't lie when you have a black cover. So, like I said, lower mid-grade. And you got this little spot right here. So, but that's 184. I turned around and got 187. And right here on that spine, you know, this is a square bound. So right there at the bottom, it lost some of its binding, I guess. Oh, and I picked this one up. This was one I had never saw before. And the staples are intact. And this is, what is that, 63. So this is 1963, 1964. Staples are attached. Wolfman. Ooh. Now I have this one, Thor, number 208, 20 center. This is God of Thunder versus Mikuro, the 4D man. Is it the man from the Death Dimension? But I think they said this is his first appearance. He's like the 4D man. This would have been nice, but unfortunately, the top staple is detached. So, I mean, this is still a nice book. Just, you know, with that top staple being detached. Now, this one is cool, and I think, I'm not sure, I don't think this is Joe Kubert, but this is a Dale, 12 center, Kona, Under the Sands of Time, Monarch of Monster Isle. Don't know. Now this is one I was very happy to see how good a shape it was in. This is really, I'm going to say anywhere from a 7 to an 8. This is Star Trek number 7? 7 or 9, I can't remember. And this one in a 7, last sold value for this one I think was $51 on eBay. Now this one I really like the cover. I think it was painted. This is War Stories Combat. It's a 12 center battle. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh. Battle of Dunkirk. Sorry about that. My screen ducked out on me for a second. Army War Heroes. This one's in a little rougher shape. Okay. So let's see what else. Oh, y'all, I've got all kinds, but my video is going to run long. So I have this one. Red Wolf, number 3. War of the Wolf Brothers. It's really cool. Tonka, Jungle King. Okay. Tales of the Unexpected. Now this is lower grade. Number 91. And down here on the bottom, you have this little, that was the biggest thing, spine wear. So it's going to be a lower grade, but it is what it is. Strange Adventures, number 186. The Gorilla Witch, which I had never heard of. And then I picked up several issues of this series that I did not know anything about. Tomahawk. It's all DC. So I got Tomahawk number 93. Tomahawk 99. Tomahawk number 102. Tomahawk 105. And Tomahawk 106. Pretty cool. I'd never heard of it, but you know, there's a lot of things I hadn't heard of. Okay, so you're seeing these things, and I'm sure I've lost some of you, but the Grail are coming. Avengers number 105. Now it does have some spine wear. And this one, which is a Rich Buckler cover, number 107. And I'd say this is probably around a 4, 5, somewhere in that neighborhood. Now this one, man, would have been perfect. Just crazy. Incredible Hulk 157, featuring the Rhino, but unfortunately, the bottom staple is detached. Really, really sad. But now this one wasn't. This one, 160. The death-dealing return of Tiger Shark. Check it out. Now, I was happy with that one. And now here is one. This is a minor Grail, and it needs to be pressed and cleaned, but everything is intact. This is the Invincible Iron Man number 54. And if anybody knows anything, this is the first appearance of Madam McEvil. All right, I'm going to say that again for you. Madam McEvil. Like McDonald's, Mac, you know? And if you know, you know, she eventually turned into Moondragon. Moondragon was, or is, the daughter of Drax the Destroyer. I don't know if they changed all that when they retconned him. I think they did. But this was her first appearance. And I believe this is a Gil Kane cover. And it needs to be pressed because right through there is really, really wrinkly. So, no tears though. Now here is the Grail. And I'm really, really, this is what made me go and go hunting that day. Dun, dun, dun. I saw this laid out, kind of covered up. It was like way in the back, and it was like covered up, and all you could see was kind of Iron Man's legs and the title a little bit. And I was like, is that? Is that? I said, well, we'll look. And there it is. Staples are attached. Staples are shiny. The inside, I mean, look at the edges right there. All of those other comics were lower, mid-low grade. But here's one, my edges are still even sharp. So, that's going to get a pressing and a cleaning, and I'm hoping for maybe a 6 out of it. So if I can get a 6, that would be a great day. There's really even no color breaking creases along the spine. You got one kind of, sort of, but that's kind of on the screen. I mean, kind of on the comic. I don't know. So, I thought it was a win-win. I got all these. And, hey, let me show you this one other comic I got. And then I'm going to leave you alone. I've got them down here in a box. Well, I'm going to pull out 2. The very first issue of Crazy. Yeah, but unfortunately, the bottom staple's detached. So, that kind of messes it up. It still looks good, but the most it could get is like a qualified grade, which isn't, good. And then I got this one, which is low grade, probably a 3. This is Sergeant Fury and Howling Commandos, number 10. This is the first appearance of Captain Savage, Mr. Bronze. The original Orange Man. Okay, so now we have got these comics laid out. And most of them I am going to be selling in the show on July the 26th at 10:10. I'm going to put a link down to it in the bio. And there's a picture of it right here. This is going to be what it looks like when you go to my Whatnot page. And just click the button, save it. It will remind you when I go live, and you can come in. If nothing else, let's sit down and talk about comics. Maybe you'll win some giveaways. Maybe you'll see something you want to buy. We'll have giveaways. You know, I'm going to be doing all kind of stuff. So, I think I'm going to give away a slab that day. It all depends. Oh yeah, I forgot. I even have ones that I couldn't put in bags because I didn't have bags that were big enough, because these are kind of been awkwardly stored. So these are need like golden age bags or need to be pressed. So yeah, I've got some that I couldn't even do anything with yet. But I'm hoping, yeah, I've got to put all these Twilight Zone, Top Cat, yeah, Monkey's Uncle. What? Oh, the Green Hornet #1 with the Green Hornet and Kato. And if you know anything, the Green Hornet died in obscurity, but that gentleman right there, Kato, that's Bruce Lee. So this is a color portrait of Bruce Lee on the back. And let me see on the back inside cover. Kato. So, you know, I'm trying to find some. I got to order some bags that'll fit these, you know, because they were just, you know, they're kind of bent, and I didn't want to mess them up by trying to force them into a Silver Age bag. I didn't want to do that. Like right now, I'm about to mess them up, trying to put them back up on the shelf. All right. Well, with all of that being said, please, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share, do all those things that really help out in the algorithm and can help get more subscribers. And also, please, just share this with your friends. I especially would like to hear a comment or two. And now, to the end of the video, please, whatever you do, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and keep collecting. See ya.